Hey everybody, Jessica Baumgartner here. I wanted to just take a few minutes to sit down and kind of tell you guys about how much can really happen if you just give coaching 1 year. Like, it blows my mind to even be able to sit here and make this video for you and kind of tell you about some of the things that have happened in the past year for me with coaching because I would have never thought it was possible. So, just a little bit about me and my story. I became a coach in April of 2012. Signed up with one of my coworkers. I had a really big weight loss story myself, and I just kept seeing her posts on Facebook and was like, wow, like I want to help people lose weight because I know how much it's changed my whole entire life. So I signed up to do it, not even to make money. I remember telling my sponsor, girl, I'm not one of those salespeople. Like, I don't even care if I make money with this. Like, I probably won't make any money because I suck at sales. And I just want to help people. That's all I care about. So I started for the first month or so. I was pretty committed. I went to Summit. And then after Summit, like, I kind of had a light bulb moment and saw, like, what was really possible with this business. People telling stories about, like, earning six figures and paying off all their debt and all this stuff. But since I was so new, it was like so far away to me that it was inspiring, but I didn't really feel like it would ever be possible for me. And then I kind of like had an emotional crisis breakdown because I went on this mission trip with my church and I pretty much didn't do anything with Beachbody until like October. I thought I wanted to become a missionary, moved to Poland and all this stuff. And I thought that that was how God wanted to use my life, was to be a missionary. But then one day I was literally having an emotional breakdown because that happens to me. I'm a sensitive person, don't judge. I was just wanted coaching to work so bad because my sponsor, I saw what she did and how long it had been for her. It had been almost a year for her at that point in October. And I was like, man, like, why can't I do that kind of stuff? Why can't I earn that kind of money? Because I was not fulfilled with my job that I was doing. I had a director level job at a university. I was over housing and residence life. I mean, I had it pretty good. I didn't have to pay for my apartment. It's part of my compensation. So the financial part, well, I didn't get paid much money at all. But it was cool that I didn't have to pay for my apartment. That made up for it. But I was so unfulfilled. Like, it was just, I would like wake up every day and I would try to bring it my best, but I just was so unhappy with what I was doing. I worked sometimes 80 hours a week because I was on call 24/7. So being on call, I also always had to stay in the city that I lived in. I couldn't go any more than like 15 minutes away from my apartment. It was kind of crazy. So I basically had no life outside of work. I had no time for my friends, no time for my family, even though they only lived an hour and a half away from me. Didn't have time to do stuff with the church I wanted to do. I was just miserable and unfulfilled. So I'm giving you that little story because that's why I was having an emotional breakdown, because I'm like, I see that other people are doing this and I'm so unhappy. Like, why can't I do it? Why can't I make it happen? Like, I was struggling, you guys. I could barely get challengers. I could not sell a challenge pack. I could barely get any coaches that signed up that wanted to do anything. And I was having a breakdown one night and I just like told God, I'm like, God, I want to make this work so bad, but I don't know how to do it. It's clear to me that like I've been doing this without you and I don't think I can do this. Like, if you want me to do this, show me a way. So from October to December, I was a little more committed. But then I had my major light bulb moment in January of 2013 when I went to First Steps to Success, the first conference you can go to that Danny Johnson offers. Literally changed my entire life. I went there and I realized that I can incorporate God. God and faith and all that stuff was a very new thing to me at that point in time. So I wasn't really sure about all of it. But I learned like I have to put God in everything and all I have to do is ask for his help. I can bring him into my business. I can ask him to help me with these goals for my business. And after that, everything changed. Like, everything completely. Like, I stopped struggling with stuff. I went diamond. Like, I think it was 3 goals. It's hard for me to remember because this was almost a year. Well, it was a year ago. I had like 3 goals that I wanted, that I asked God to please help me do these things. And there were goals that, like, being diamond, like, that was something that I tried for so long, but I was just stuck at emerald, thought I was never going to get diamond. It was diamond. I think it was something to do with Success Club and maybe an income goal. I can't remember. But I just said, God, I really want to make these 3 things happen. Can you just help me make them happen this month? Okay, well, God was laughing at me, and he was like, oh, here you go. So like 2 out of 3 of them happened in like 2 days. And then the third goal, which was diamond, happened by the end of the month. So after that, I was like, all right, I guess God's trying to tell me that I'm going the right way. So what the missing element was, you guys, is I was treating this business as a hobby. I was not treating it as my business. I was struggling and blaming it on everything else, but not going out and doing anything about it to fix it and to get that missing link that I had. And once I took responsibility of it, and once I started bringing God into everything, everything completely changed. And then in April of 2013, last year, I quit my full-time job. Seriously, you guys, like, I look back at my paychecks, and I'm making way more money than I made at my full-time job now. Way more. And it just blows my mind, because it's like I work 20 hours a week, and it's just crazy. A blessing. Amazing. God is so good. And I look back at some of my paychecks from like, let's see, what did I look at? Towards the end of not 2013, but 2012. And I was making like a couple $100s a month. So seriously, so much can happen when you really figure out that you want this and you make no excuses and you start to really treat this as your business. It's amazing what can change. And it's all possible. Like, I look back and I'm like, I don't even know how I did that. But of course, it's God that helped me do it. But it's just crazy. And the things that I know that are going to happen this year, it's just insane. And after I quit my full-time job, my income quadrupled. And I'm not saying that to brag, because to me, it's not even about the money, like I said. But clearly, when you give it your all, and you give it all you got, and I don't mean you have to work 8 hours a day. I don't mean you have to work 6 hours a day. Like I said, I work 4 hours a day. Sometimes it's less. And if you have a full-time job, I did all this stuff while I was still working my full-time job, that I worked 80 hours a week. But since it was important to me and it was a priority to me, I lost sleep sometimes if I had to. I was tired as heck, and Beachbody and working was the last thing that I wanted to do when I got home from my full-time job. But I put it in and I made it work, because I knew I had a strong why. I knew I wanted to leave my job. I knew there was more to life than not having time to do anything I wanted to do, not being able to control my own destiny, not being able to control my own income, not being able to control my own schedule. Like, who wants a life like that? Not me, sorry. Now I have the time to do all the stuff I want to do, and I can make my own schedule. So when I had that light bulb moment and was like, all right, this is what I want. I am not giving up until it happens, and I'm fully committing to it. That's when everything changed. So that's what you really got to do, is you really, really, really got to dig real deep and think about, why am I doing this? If you have a why for coaching, that maybe your goal is to make a couple $100s a month, that'll push you for a little while. And when it gets hard, you'll be like, well, it's helping me pay my car payment or whatever. But over time, your why is going to change. And when you see what's possible with this business, it is going to push you forward. Like I said, I knew that I wanted to quit my job. So on the days that I did not want to go home and do the second job, Beachbody, I was like, I can't live like this anymore. I've got to do this. And it's going to be different for everybody. My why has changed now. My why is because I want to help my family financially. My parents, I want to help them get out of debt. And I want to pay off the rest of this little bit of debt that I have. And that's what pushes me forward every day. I mean, of course, helping change people's lives through challenges and through the coaching opportunity, that's why I do what I do. But like any job, it's not going to be easy every day. So when it doesn't, or when it's not easy and when it gets hard, you got to really think about your powerful, strong why, because that's what's going to push you forward, and it will help you achieve every goal imaginable, because this business is amazing and you can do anything you want to with it, but you've got to give it your full-on effort, 200%. So I hope sharing this story with you inspires you. If you have any questions about what I've done through my journey, I would love to help you. So thanks for listening. This was a little bit long, but I just hope that it can inspire one person that listens to this. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.